Let's talk about the US. Donald Trump, he's been in power for not very long, but he has not wasted a second. What are your thoughts? And also, is it a little bit, I don't know, dangerous is not the right word, but is he maybe moving too fast? Is that a concern? We've just been seeing so much action. He's clearly so prepared. What are your thoughts?
Well, he's had 4 years to pretty much prepare for it. And I also think it seems like a lot more action because there was no action before with Biden.
Correct.
Biden wasn't even present. He wasn't even doing media. He wasn't there. And it's funny how media didn't have...
He was asleep.
Well, people didn't even have a problem with that, right? But now they've got a problem with someone who's actually going very fast and doing things.
He's doing the job.
It's like when you go to a job, and this happened to me once, where they say, please stop doing so much. You're making the rest of us look bad.
Yeah.
Right? So
because they've been able to get away with doing absolutely not much.
But he's also a showman as well. So he's making sure people know that he's out there and he's doing this. So we have to be very careful that we're still taking the time to digest what he's doing and then look, the actions and what happens, the consequences of them.
What about Doge? I think it's amazing to seeing what him and Elon are discovering, the amount of waste and corruption at USAID, and then they're going to keep targeting other departments.
Yep.
It's unbelievable. Whether you like Elon, whether you like Donald Trump, that's one thing. But I feel like you can't ignore the amount of evidence that they're discovering. And thank goodness someone is doing this.
That's right. And I think that's what we need to focus on, regardless of who's doing it. They're auditing taxpayer funds, right? Money doesn't just come from anywhere else except the individual that's paying taxes. So we should respect the fact that this is an audit that's happening, and it needs to happen globally. Every country needs to do this. People also need to remember, if you're auditing wastage and you're identifying wastage, that means that funds can then be used for very important causes, right? So we can say, okay, $1 billion was wasted there, but guess what? We can use that to help single mums. We can use that to help educate children that can't afford education. That's the whole point of auditing. You're getting rid of the waste so you can reinvest it in something that's actually going to help the community.
Well said. So while Donald Trump and Elon Musk, they're achieving so much, going somewhere where the previous US governments have just never dared to go. But of course, the mainstream media are still freaking out that Donald Trump is the president. So this is what this outlet is running about Donald Trump. MSNBC, of course. It says that Donald Trump seems to be increasing the risk of violence and inflaming racial tensions. Of course, that's an opinion piece. But that is just recycled again and again and again, isn't it? They've got nothing else to go for Trump on. He's achieving so much. He's delivering so much for the people of America. So let's call him essentially a racist.
Yeah, the thing is, people actually would take media more seriously if they were balanced, to say, I actually might not like the guy, but hey, he's doing a good job here, but not a good job here. And they talk about racial tension, they talk about division. Media is most responsible for division, right? They want to promote, if someone is arrested, so they want to promote a particular race that gets arrested or someone else. And so they're deliberately causing that. To say that one individual is doing that based on some of the decisions he's making, which are actually quite good in a lot of ways, like economically, is far-reaching. So my advice to all the media, especially in America, even the right-wing media, if they go too blind, Trump's a god and he can do no wrong, they're going to lose their credibility too,
they absolutely
right?
need to be scrutinised. Of course they do.
Just be balanced. Yes, you can like someone, but be balanced with it. People will actually listen. Seriously, it's not that hard.
Well, Democrats are losing the plot, some of them, because they can't handle Donald Trump is president. Breaking news for them. But this is this Democrat being as eloquent as ever, trying to make a point.
I've been told I have 30 seconds, so I am going to tell you that we do have to, I don't swear in public very well, but we have to Trump.
Is there an actual message in that? Well,
Sounds like she wants to sleep with him, so maybe she's a fan.
Maybe she is.
Look, you're not going to get a message across if you're swearing or being aggressive and hating on people. You will get your message across if you use policy and data, right? Then people will pay attention. Using emotions and getting people hyped up for the sake of it. That's why when you go to a lot of protests and you ask them what are you protesting for, and they can't
tell you.
Don't be that person. It's okay to protest, but protest for a purpose and a policy.
I want to talk to you about what's happening over in the UK. The UK new Labour minister believes that you can identify as a llama. This is who Sir Keir Starmer has appointed Ashley Dalton as his new health minister, and she's previously said in the past that trans women are women and has claimed that people can identify as llamas. She a good pick? What does this say?
That's actually concerning. That an individual actually thinks that way. Yes, people can do what they want, but when you're leading, right, a department in a country, you need to make sure that you're seen as neutral and representing everyone. So if you're taking, for example, if someone got into that role and they were saying, I only believe in this and it's complete opposite, right? Then people are like, hang on a minute, you're not representing other people. So to do that, you're saying, I'm a particular person, and if you're not aligned to me, I'm not representing you. But also means that I think a lot of people from there are going to jump ship and go to the US because of the changes, and that's what will happen. People will just leave. If they don't feel represented and if they don't feel like you're taking them seriously, then they'll just leave the country.
That's true. They're seeing what's being done in the US. There's a big Trump effect happening around the world, and the UK is not following. That's right. Could be some trouble. Amanda Rose, so great to speak to you again. Thanks so much for joining us.